Welcome, everybody. I wanted to go ahead and just say welcome. Um, this is going to be a new beginnings to a new channel. It's going to be kind of like definitely a copycat of As Yola, but it's going to be my own thing. I just want to go ahead and start off that none of you guys know me, but to any of you guys that ever do watch me or check any of my videos out, I just want to appreciate you guys. I'm here to entertain you guys the best I can. Um, and yeah, with that, this is going to be the first ever story time to my channel. Let's get into it. All right, so as far back as I can remember back in high school, way back in the old day, I'm just kidding. I'm only 18 years old. It was only a couple years ago, but I had a friend, let's call him Steven. And I've known Steven ever since I was born. We were born 18 hours apart in the exact same hospital. I think in the next room across from us. Anyways, known this kid all my life. One of my best, closest friends ever. I still am in contact with him to this day, even though we are miles apart. But there's one day I came over to his house, and it started off normal. Nothing was bad. We had the plan that we were gonna go smoke. I just got paid from my dad. I had all the racks in my pocket. I had everything. I was ready. We were gonna have a great fucking time. I don't know if many of you could tell, but as much emphasis as I put on that, obviously shit went bad. Let's get into that. So we have another friend. Let's say his name is Robert. We'll say Robert. We were going down to Robert's house. No parents were home. It was just a clear house. It was going to be a good ass time, right? I had just bought a sack. My friend Steven just bought a sack. We were heading over. We were going to hit homemade pipe type shit, all that type of stuff. It was going to be a great time. We get there and, we bust out the fucking homemade pipe, the old GBs with the tinfoil on towel, gravity bongs, good old times. We had that set up and we go to start smoking it. So this dude has his pipe sitting here. Just picture it on the table right here. On the top part, you see the plastic indent holes, all that. He puts a whole ass nug. He doesn't grind it because we didn't have a grinder. He grabs a whole ass nug and just shoves it on there and says, "Here, that's it." Just hands it here. I was looking at him like, is this motherfucker serious? I was like, is he serious? Oh, he was serious. Oh, he was dead serious. So it was my first time hanging out with all of them. I didn't want to, be that one guy all awkward, like, oh, no, no, no. So of course I was gonna do it. I got probably the shittiest hit I've ever hit out of one of those things. And I'm pulling it, pulling it, pulling it. I just remember as I was lifting it up, nothing. I exhaled, faint smoke, nothing. And I was just like, that fucking sucked. I handed it over to my friend Steven. This motherfucker lights it, gets the biggest fucking hit of my... Besides the point. Besides the point. As the night keeps going on, we're smoking, we're smoking, we're smoking. And I was under the impression that we didn't have a time to go home. We could have been home at like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. That's what Steven told me. Then he gets a text. And I remember this motherfucker's face. Sitting there on his phone. He goes, "Oh, fuck." And I looked at him and I was like, what the fuck is up? And he goes, "My mom just texted me and we have to go now." And I was like, shit. I fucking lost it because my mom was there as well. But she didn't know I was smoking at the time. She had the thought that I was smoking, but she didn't know I was smoking. She did not know. And I wanted it to stay that way. But we're high as hell. We are high as hell. And this motherfucker tells us to come home now. And we're just like, fuck, dude. We're so fucked. We're putting in eye drops, everything, the whole nine. We got Steven over here just freaking out. He is paranoid. And I'm trying to hold it together, you know. I'm trying to impress everyone. I'm trying to look cool in front of everyone. So I'm just head up high, like my mom's gonna fucking kill me. But we're going, we're walking home. And I remember walking home. It was the slowest walk. It was the slowest walk I can ever imagine. Just picture a long street, pitch black at night, long street. We can see our house in the corner. We can see the lights in there. And as we're walking, I can just remember my friend Steven just zones out and just stares up at the sky. He's gone. He's gone. And I look at him and I'm like, "Are you good? I'm like, "Are you good? Are you good?" And he just looks at me and he's like, "I'm so fucking scared." He's like, "I'm so fucking scared." And I was like, "All right, we got this." I was like, "We got this. We can do this." We're heading there and we get to the house, right? And this is when shit got real. We get there and we see the garage open. They had a TV out there. They're watching a football game. So they're out there watching a football game. And so we tried to avoid them and go to the front door. The front door, of course, was locked. They had locked the front door. And my friend Steven, he's still at the front door going, right? And by this time, our parents caught on and noticed that we were there. So they start coming to the front. And she's like, "Oh, the door's locked. Go in there." And I had to go to the bathroom. I was about to shit my pants. I had to go to the bathroom. So I legitimately was trying to get inside so I can go shit. My fucking dumbass friend Steven, he's over here fucking trying to open this door with all his might, with his mom standing right behind him. I can just remember him going, heavy breathing, just trying with some random key. And then his mom sitting there like, Steven. And he's just ignoring her. And then this motherfucker unlocks it finally and opens it. And I kid you not, he turns around and goes, "Look, Mom, I found my key." It was game over. It was game over. It was over. Right then and there, I was like, we're fucked. We're fucked. This is gonna, And we go to the garage. His mom's like, "Oh, okay, cool." He goes inside. His mom follows. And I'm like, fuck. So I was like, I'm not going to follow. I'm just going to go to the garage. I go to the garage. I'm sitting there trying to play it off. And my mom is just pressing me. She is just like, "Why are your hair covering your face? Why you keep looking down? You're not looking up at me. What's up? What's up? What's the matter?" And I am just like, I knew what she was doing. I knew exactly what she was doing. And I was just like, fuck. And then I just go, I got shit. I get up, go inside, go lock myself in the bathroom. Because I like, remember, I actually had to shit. That was my defense. And I can just overhear the argument up the stairs. "You smell like weed. I didn't smoke no weed. You smell just like it." And then I hear my mom go, "They're high as hell." I'm sitting in there in the fucking bathroom just like, oh shit. Oh fuck. And when I tell you, I was taking a long, I was in that bathroom for a good 45 minutes. I refused to get out of that bathroom. And our house wasn't that big. Their house wasn't that big. It was just front door, little hallway, right into the living room. To the right, there was a hallway to the left, which was a spare bedroom, and a hallway to the right, which was a bedroom. And right there was the bathroom. You keep going, the kitchen connected with the living room. Upstairs was a big bonus room, which was Steven's room. And then parents' room to the right, garage to the left. Not a big house at all. Pretty small house, right? Little you can say without people hearing. And I just remember going, oh, fuck. And my mom heard that. And she was like, "What you saying? Oh, fuck about?" And I'm like, so I finally grab the courage to flush the toilet and I just go straight upstairs. But Steven's mom is still up there getting on him. She's like, "You got pipe residue on your face. You got pipe." And he's just sitting there, he looks defeated. He just looks so defeated. He's just, he's done. He's done. He knows he's fucked. He's done. This motherfucker towards the end. I'll get back to that. I'll get back to that. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I get back upstairs, and then my mom follows, and it's just a screaming match back and forth. Screaming match. Why would you smoke weed? Why would you do? And I'm just sitting there, and I'm looking at Steven like, I can hear my mom. I'm listening to her, being respectful, obviously, listen to her, but I'm fucking staring at him. Because this motherfucker is the whole reason we got fucking caught. If he wouldn't have said, "I found my key, Mom," we would have been good. But no, this motherfucker cracked under pressure and had us both fucked. So I'm in this room. He's sitting on his bed and I'm sitting on his chair right across from me. And I'm staring this motherfucker down. I was so furious with him. I just remember making eye contact with him. He goes like, and I'm just eye contact. And at the end, it all went well. This motherfucker Steven ended up crying his way out of punishment. He made up a whole story saying that he was so sad, all this stuff, and he actually cried on cue and got off scot-free. I'm still impressed to this day that this man has done that. I should have done that. I should have fucking done that. I should have done it, but no, I didn't. And my mom ends up taking my fucking phone, PlayStation, all the fucking shit I had there. She took everything, and I was just like, fuck. But one thing they didn't know about was that we still had fucking weed. They didn't look for it or take it. They just thought we went over there to go smoke. We were the supply. And our stash was outside in the bush. Should have said that earlier. We had a stash out in the bush outside the front. A little jawstring bag full of our shit in there. I had my little bong, little Avengers bong, like that big. We had papers, all that shit in there. So after all that shit, I'm over there. I'm pissed as fuck. I'm looking at him like, you're the reason. You're the reason. He's over there like, nah, man, nah. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, it just clicks. And I'm like, I look at him and I'm like, Steven. He's like, what? And I'm like, we still got our weed. And he goes, oh shit. And we start fucking, we're like, yeah, like we're going fucking crazy. So then that night, when our parents went to sleep, we went out and smoked again and got off scot-free. We went back in the house, snuck out, clean as fuck, by the way. Shoes off, tiptoeing. Once we got out, throw the shoes on, run, bolt for it. And then when we came back in, it was like a sequence of events. It was just robots, machine. We are in there, out, quick, quiet, no questions asked. And I remember just sitting in that room after that. We're both fucking high as shit. Now we're enjoying ourselves this time. And I just look over at him and I'm like, if we didn't have that weed, I'd probably kill you. And he was like, that's fair. That's all he said, was that's fair. And we ended up passing out. And then that's the end of that story. Now I want to bring you to another short story time. It's a little bit of a shorter one as the other one, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. It was about, I can't remember when. I'm bad with dates, so don't ask me for the dates. I do not remember the dates. This is Steven again. And Steven, I went over to his house again. But this time it was by myself. No other parents were there. I was just by myself, right? And I remember that night we were downtown Southern Pines in North Carolina. I should have mentioned that the other were. This was all in Southern Pines, North Carolina. We were in downtown Southern Pines, and it was the weekend. It was Saturday, Everyone's at the bars, drunk as fuck. And it was me, Steven, and our other friend, let's say Nick, right? And me, Steven, and Nick, we were like, we need some money. And there was a bunch of drunk people. And Nick had his license. And he had a car. So we pieced that together. And what do drunk people need to get home? They need a designated driver, motherfucker. And that is exactly what we did. They had me stand outside with a sign that said, designated drunk driver, or designated drunk driver, or designated driver, call this number. And we had people taking pictures. People would give me money just to say thank you for what we're doing. So we gave only one person a ride that night. Ended up with like 50 to 60 bucks without doing anything. 50 to 60 bucks without doing anything. That was it. That was it. We literally gave one person a ride and they came back and they gave them beers on top of that. So we got free beers as well. Fucking fantastic. So that night, after getting the money, bought a quick sack. And then my friend Nick, he's a drinker, not a smoker. So I rolled 2 fat ass blunts, man. One was probably like that big, other one was like that big. Big as fuck. And so I remember we're walking there after rolling it. I'm so excited to smoke these because I forgot what strain it was, but it smelled so good. And I had beer in my hand. All of us had a beer in our hand. We're walking down there, drinking the beer, getting ready to smoke these blunts. And we're sitting here, I'm spark it up, get there. I spark it up. We're doing all that stuff. And my friend Nick, this dude is zooted after like 2 hits. One after coughing his ass off. 1, 2, 2 hits, done. So we're sitting there outside on the ground. We're just sitting there. I had the blunt at the time. I'm sitting there hitting it. I'm hitting it. And I can just see Nick in the corner of my eye. He's just completely spaced out. Completely out of it, right? And my friend Liam is also curiously quiet. Curiously quiet. I just said his name. Well, fuck it. Steven's name is Liam. My best friend Liam. He won't give a shit if I tell his name anyway. Fuck it. We're just gonna roll with it. I don't give a fuck. If he has a problem with it, you can fucking text me, bitch ass. But I see Liam right there. Liam is Steven, by the way. I see Liam sitting there, and he's just quiet. We're smoking the first blunt, and we finished the first blunt, right? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm ready for the second one, because the second one was the fat one. The second one was so fucking big. And I'm sparking it. I take a hit. We all take at least one hit. And without saying a word or anything, this dude, Liam, just fucking... And he just gets up and just walks home. He didn't tell us what he was doing. Nothing. He just storms home. So now we just left me and Nick just out in the middle of out in the woods, just sitting there. And keep in mind, that's not my house. That is Liam's house. We had to sneak in to our friend's house without him. When I tell you that was the weirdest thing ever, it was... Don't even get me started. So I'm over there like, the fuck is he doing? I'm like, Liam, hey, Liam. And he doesn't respond. He's just marching. Like, it looks like he's power walking. He's just marching. He's getting it. And I'm just like, well, fuck. I'm now stuck with this dude, Nick, who doesn't smoke. And he's over here geeking his ass off, staring at the sky like, wow, dude. And I'm like, fuck. I remember I took probably 4 hits out of that fat ass blunt. And I know if I should have been smarter about it, and I know I could have sealed it up and saved it for later, but during the moment I just put it out and threw it on the floor because I was already pretty pissed. And I was bummed about that, and we're just walking home, and this dude's over here like, and out of fucking nowhere, Nick's like, huh, deer. I turn and there's a whole fucking family of deer We got a whole male, female, and two babies in this dude's yard. And all I can see is just their eyes, their dots of their eyes just looking at me. And they're just sitting there. And I just remember Nick going, oh shit. And he just starts fucking running. Just running. And I chase after him. I stop him. I'm like, what? What? What's up? What's up? He's like, those weren't deer. Those were demons. This dude legit kept looking at them and he said that they morphed into demons. Some skinwalker type shit, you know what I mean? Some weird shit, right? And so we get back there and I'm like, fuck, we have to sneak back in. So we sneak back in, all goes well. I close the little slide door that goes in the kitchen. We get in there, it's all good, right? Sitting there chilling, no big deal, right? And we get into the room and the lights are off, fans on, no TV on, nothing. I see Liam in the bed. This dude went home and fucking went to sleep. He didn't tell us anything. He just went home and just went straight to sleep. Just straight to sleep. That was it. And then I rolled this motherfucker over. This dude had weed, a bud, just sitting in his palm. He had it cupped. And I was like, what are you doing? He was like, I didn't even realize I had this, take it. And I just like fucking took it and I put it up and all that shit. Moral of the story is if you're gonna fucking ditch your friends to go to sleep, just fucking tell us so we can come with you. Don't fucking pull that shit. Alright, well, I want to thank you all for sitting through this first edition of Storytime with me. Um, I'm just Jace. I hope you guys come through and watch some more of my videos. I know I say all that stuff a lot, but it's my first one I've ever made in my life. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave a comment, leave any of your story times. I want to hear some of your guys' story times. I'd love to hear from you guys if you guys want. But with that, yeah, you guys have a good rest of your day and keep it cool.